Hey guys, how's it going? Long time no see. Underground Geek here. So I got another video for you guys. I just finished reading this book. It's volume 1 of the New 52 IVampire. And I remember seeing the cover for it and thinking, hey, that looks really cool. That looks almost like Buffy the Vampire Slayer or something. I want to read that. And then I couldn't ever find one, you know. So one day I was actually at Books A Million and they had this book. So I picked it up. And so I didn't really know anything about the people. But then I got to looking, and these are the people that did Green Lantern Year 1. So then that got me really interested in the book because I really liked that book. And then I saw where Jenny Frison did the variant covers for the art for the books. She's doing the variant covers for Wonder Woman right now. And so all this combined has got me really into wanting to read this book. Now, if you don't know much about the artist doing this, it's the same one that did the Old Man Logan and then did some Green Arrow stuff. And I loved when they were on Old Man Logan. Like, whenever they changed artists to Mike Deodato, I just, you know, it kind of killed it for me because I just like their art so much better. It works so much better for the character and for the aspect of the character, dark and, you know, kind of grungy kind of thing there. And then, you know, see the cover art there by Jenny Frison. But this is a very cool story. Basically, it's about a very old vampire that's in the midst of a near vampire apocalypse, and he is killing the other vampires because he is after the one that is turning them. He doesn't want to be bad. He doesn't want to be evil, but his love does. Okay, and so she's been like taken over by a demon, so to speak. That's her there, and that's him. And so it's like if you ever give over to the demon side, then you become like this full crazy looking vampire, and he's never done that. They're very old though, and as they are old, they have some of the abilities that Dracula had. They can turn into not only a bat, but a wolf as well. And they can turn into vapor. Sun doesn't really affect them. So it's really cool. So there he is. He's going around. He's hunting for all the vampires. She keeps laying traps for him. He has this really cool ability. Like, the vampires can usually turn into wolves, but he can turn into a freaking giant wolf vampire thing that is like a lot bigger than them. So we have some flashbacks here of him and her as they're talking over. She wants to start an army. He doesn't. They constantly get in this fights over it. You can see here in the drawings that some of these are a lot like Old Man Logan. Some of the faces are the same faces. So then you can kind of see where the art style is. It's very awesome though. Has really good art. Has really good story. I mean, the characters are just cool. It's interesting. She tricks him a lot of times. He teams up with other people to try to stop her. I mean, it's very cool. And so they also bring up the fact that the Justice League could show up at any time. So you know that this tied into that world. Because he says, look, you don't need to be doing this. You don't need to try to start an army. Because the Justice League is going to show up and an army of Green Lanterns is going to take you out. And she's not worried at all. She's not scared. She is actually excited for it. She wants to fight. She loves to kill. That's just everything that she is. Some pretty cool art there. She's been completely consumed by the hunger, so to speak. But so he attacks her little legion there. She set a trap for him, almost killed him, but it was a trick to make him have the monster come out. Now some of the dialogue here and there is kind of because there's a couple of times where they try to be cutesy. But it's few and far between, so I got over it. Really cool right there. That's a cool shot. The vampires are almost like zombies. That's a cool picture there. She can stretch her face almost like the Joker's mouth or something and turn into those big creatures. We have the news getting involved here. More backstory of him and when he meets his friend, how he saves him, becomes friends with him. And then there's this new girl that they meet, and the new girl is kind of like the young teen angst. She has a lot of anger in her heart. She wants to kill the vampires because they killed her mom and supposedly killed her dad. It turns out her dad was still alive and something tragic happens to her. And then we get the introduction of the Batman. Because if you're going to have vampires, you got to have Batman. So Batman shows up. They start fighting with him. Then they decide to team up. I mean, it's very, very cool. There's some more fight scenes here. He meets another vampire, tries to teach him to be good. It doesn't work out. The hunger kind of takes a hold of him, so he has to go back and finish him off. He even meets Constantine, and him and Constantine kind of befriend each other. That's a cool picture there. So we have that. My cat is trying to jump on my back right now. He's having a fit because I'm on this phone and not paying attention to him. Funny story about my cat. We found this cat on our front porch. Really, really young cat. We assumed it was a girl after looking at him and named him Luna. Okay. So finally he got big enough to take to the doctor. Turns out he was a neutered boy and had one of those chips in him. So not only was he not a girl, but he'd already been fixed and he had a chip. And, you know, they're not really supposed to fix him that young because he was super, super young when they fixed him. That's the reason we couldn't tell if he was a boy or a girl. And, I mean, it was kind of crazy. So it's a funny joke with us right now because my wife was so heartbroken when it was a boy because she really wanted a girl. And she still loves the cat now, but, you know, it was one of those things where she really wanted a girl in the house, and then now it's different. So, back to the story. The vampires take over some of the police. It's starting to get very bad at this point. They're trying to raise an army, and there comes the Batman. They're in Gotham City now. Batman's territory. He starts laying into the vampire. And what's cool about the vampire is he doesn't really stand a chance against him, but he's smart enough to not fight him head on. He throws him and all this kind of stuff to get out of the way, and then when the other guys show up, he disappears. And then the vampire makes a note of it. Hey, I like this guy because he disappeared, you know, and even disappeared on him. But it's a very, very cool story. I won't ruin it for you, but the end's pretty awesome. The end is like a very suspenseful ending. But definitely don't miss it. Go out and get this book. I got this book for $5.97. I mean, come on, guys. It's got really good art. It's a good story. I'm going to get the rest of the volumes. But I really liked it. I've got some more videos out for you later on the books that I purchased yesterday at the comic book store. So definitely wait for that one. I got a new Trump book that's very funny. But yeah, go out and get this book. It's fun. It's got good art. It's dark. It's got good lore into the vampire world and what it's like to be a vampire. And I think you'll like it. I mean, it's a really cool twist on a normal DC book. And you've even got Batman in it. So, I mean, you can't really go wrong with that. But hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. I hope you guys like the video. Like I said, I want to go through it kind of quick. I don't want to tell you everything about it. But it's a good book. Go out and get it. These guys right here are great at the art and the story. So definitely check that out. Jeannie Frisson is a regular girl that does cover art for comic books. I mean, she's not a weirdo as far as I can tell. But hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I got some more videos coming for you today. Thank you for watching the video. Underground Geek out. I wish I knew you when I was young.